All right, guys, today we got several things going on today. Finally able to get out of the office, done with all the boring office stuff, and can finally get down here in the shop and get started on some major winter projects. Hopefully get them knocked out and get some equipment ready to go for 2021. Got a couple things going on today. First thing we're going to do, try and get a quick and easy project knocked out of the way. We're going to get our fertilizer buggy down here. We got some pretty severe rust that's starting to pop up on the frame, and we're going to pull the hopper off of it. That way we can take the frame over to the sandblaster, get it sandblasted and painted, and stop it from rusting. And then the second thing is we got supposedly we got a forecast for a pretty severe winter storm coming in. That polar vortex that's been in the Midwest the last couple of days really brought some, really cold temperatures up there. It's supposed to drift its way down here. We're going to kind of be on the line between the cold weather and the warm weather, and they're calling for a chance of some freezing rain, sleet, ice, snow. Don't really know what we're going to get. Usually when they predict anything at all, we don't get anything. So, but anyway, we've been through an ice storm before back in the 90s that knocked out power to the area for over a week or so. I'm just going to go ahead and get prepared for that. Got two generators here I'm going to pull out. Haven't been running quite a while, and make sure that they will run and be able to supply us some electricity for our well and house, just in the event that we do lose power for an extended period of time. So those generators aren't big enough to power our heat pump, but I still got a wood stove in the house, still got a fireplace, and I still got some wood out behind the house, so we won't have any problem staying warm. So anyway, that's what we got on the menu for today. Let's get after it. We got our fertilizer buggy in here. We bought this thing brand new in I think it's 2009, 2010. It's a variable rate hydraulically driven buggy, but we spread all of our dry fertilizer, and it's still in real good shape. We want to keep it that way, but 10, 11 years of fertilizing have left us with some rust and some spots on the frame right there. And then, I know it's kind of dark, but all up under the belly, just where it had a good powder coat on there, but fertilizer always finds a crack in it and it will start the metal to rust. So we're gonna get all of this sandblasted and painted up real good to keep the metal from rotting away, and hopefully make this thing good for another 10 years or so. But in order to make it easy to sandblast, we got to take the box off, and that way we're just left with just the frame. I think it's going to be pretty easy to take this box off. We got 4 bolts all the way around, and all the hoses, wiring harness, the bed spinners, and all that should come off with it, make it pretty easy. So just got to take those bolts off, get the forklift down here, and lift it up off the frame. Got to start working on the generators. You can tell it's a little hazy in here. Red one it cranked up on the second pull just like I expected it to. This one right here is a lot older and hasn't been using a lot longer. I did get it to fire, but it won't run at full throttle. It only run halfway with a choke on. So taking the carburetor off to clean it, and this is what we found in the bowl, a bunch of sludge and slime. So that's probably my problem. I'm gonna give this thing a good cleaning. But in the meantime, I found Found a bigger problem. The gas tank all along this seam is cracked from there to there. So there's a guy in town at the gym that does some plastic welding. I don't know if that's something he can do or not, but chances of finding a gas tank for this thing are probably slim to none, and finding one in the next couple of days before the electricity potentially goes out is definitely going to be impossible. So I'm gonna take it off, see if he can weld it. If not, I guess I'll buy a bunch of JB weld and see if I can patch it up that way. All right, looks like we're at a standstill on the generators for right now. The gas tank was not salvageable whatsoever, and found some online, but no hope of getting them here before the ice storm. So we're gonna rig up a 5-gallon bucket as a fuel tank. Zach's cutting some pieces to kind of make a cradle to sit it on top of there. Got the carburetor cleaned out. Waiting on Kelly to get back with some gasket maker, because gasket on the carb's gone. We'll stick it back on there and see if we can get ready to run. So in the meantime, wait on Kelly to get back. Guess we're gonna get started on this fertilizer buggy, pulling this stuff off. We got some visitors with us today. Why ain't you in school? Why aren't you in school? Why are you being shy for?
I'm closing it off.
Huh? You can't reach up here, can you? Because you're short. Well, not running smoothly, but it is running thanks to some redneck engineering. So hopefully we won't need it, but if we do, maybe it'll get us by in a pinch, power some small stuff.
I know where I'm coming to stay when the power goes out.
I don't know. I don't know how much heat we're going to have. It's going to be down to wood stove, because I don't have anything that's going to start a central unit. But we'll be able to get water at least from the well. Be able to run the hot water heater, so be able to take showers, be able to cook. So that's about all we need. Guess I want to get some firewood in tonight. Got a bad looking little gas tank there. All right, well, let's get started on this buggy, see if we can get this tank off. All right, just put the nuts and washers back on there. Well, they won't budge with an even 3/4 inch impact wrench, so I have to break out the fire wrench.
Smoke wrench.
Hey, it's froze in there. Yeah, we can probably get those two off. All right, now we got to figure out exactly where we're going to hook it. I reckon we'll just run it from this hole over to that hole over there. Try lifting it up a little. Come on up, come on up. Hold up. We'll try a little bit more up here and we'll work our way back. All right, we got it up, but it's not wanting to come off because the frame's wedged back in there, probably rusted into it. So we're going to try and pull the trailer forward just a little bit, see if we can break it loose and see if we can lift it straight on up. That didn't work. Pop the clutch. Alright, we use jack's back end up, pull the truck forward just a little to where the frame will clear that. We should just be able to lift it on up now. Alright, let's try it. Hold on, let me let this jack down. Hold up. Probably so. Try tilting it back a little. All right, come on up. All right, hold up. Let me check, make sure everything's loose. All right, everything looks good. Try tilting it back. All right, let it down just a little, and I'll try and pull the truck forward.
I think if I tilt it back, it'll come out.
All right, go on up. All right, try backing up. Oh, hope them straps hold. All right, go ahead and turn. All right, just hold up. Let me pull this trailer out. Where can we put this? Yeah, we won't be pulling that stuff out anytime soon. I'll go open it up. All right, we got the buggy part over there under the shed behind the combine. Only open space we had. The camera seemed like a lot easier than what it was to get this off. Really nervous about those straps holding, but they did it, thank goodness. And now you can kind of see why we went to all that effort. You can see the corrosion on the frame. It's just eating that metal up. If this had gone on much longer, we would have been scrapping the frame. This fertilizer is very corrosive, very hard on steel. And this is stuff we sanded down and painted in the past, but it's got to eat up. So hopefully the sandblaster will be able to make this look a lot better, put a good coat of paint on there, and we can get a few more years out of this. All right, the fertilizer buggy is out of here. Zach brought the planter in here. Now, all of those parts, we've got to go on there. We just took the front hoppers off, and what we're actually doing is replacing all these spring down pressures with hydraulic down force. When we got this planter last year, we had a hydraulic down force put on all the rear units, but because of cost and we weren't sure exactly how well it'd work or whether we would need it, we just decided to cut some costs and not have it put on the front units and just go with the standard spring down pressure. But after running this thing for a year, that hydraulic down force works so awesome, we decided to go ahead and put it on the rear units too. I want to say put on the rear units is going to cost or to put it on the front units is going to cost about $11,000. So I think what all it involves, we're going to have to replace both these A-arms with the precision planting A-arms, and then mount the hydraulic cylinder up here in the center. And then of course we're going to have to plumb in the hydraulic lines all the way down and tie it into the source there in the center of the planter somewhere. So it's getting about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Probably just going to spend the rest of this afternoon sorting through these parts and getting everything organized, figuring out how it goes, and then we'll be back out here bright and early tomorrow, start slapping all this stuff on the planter. So appreciate all y'all watching, and stay tuned. We'll be back again tomorrow.